Have you ever wondered if a small school project could actually change the world? Well, we're about to look at a story of how exactly that happened. It's about fairness, it's about connecting students in Germany to communities thousands of miles away, and it all starts with something you probably have in your closet right now. It starts with a simple t-shirt, something we all own, something we barely even think about. It seems so ordinary, just a piece of cotton. But what if it isn't? What if this one t-shirt was the thread that connected students in Germany to a women's cooperative over in Nicaragua, and then all the way to a classroom for refugee kids in India? Because, as you're about to see, this is about so much more than a piece of clothing. It's about an idea that started small and just grew and grew. So, the whole story kicks off with this really cool concept in the German school system called a Schülerfirma. Basically, it's a small company run entirely by students. It's their chance to learn real-world skills, teamwork, managing money, and all the ups and downs of running a real business. Okay, so how did one of these student companies, a group called Fair Image, create such a massive impact? Well, let's break down their formula for success. This didn't happen overnight. Not at all. Their journey started back in 2005 with something as simple as making apple juice. From there, they got creative, trying out stop-motion films. But then they realized their real passion was in powerful single images. And when a teacher showed up with a t-shirt press, everything clicked. By 2008, Fair Image was officially born. It was a total journey of discovery. And this right here became their guiding star. In German, it says, Ein Fair Image setzt sich für eine gute Sache ein oder bezieht gegen eine schlechte Sache Stellung. That translates to something like, a fair image stands up for a good cause or takes a stand against a bad one. So simple, but incredibly powerful, right? And they really walked the walk. They made sure that fair didn't also mean super expensive. They insisted on using only fair trade organic cotton. They used their platform to support causes they believed in and flat out refused to print anything that promoted hate or violence. And here's the kicker. Every single penny of profit went directly to social projects. This is where their 3 times fair idea really shines. First, it's fair to the students right there in Germany who are learning these incredible skills. Second, it's fair to the workers in Nicaragua, since they source their organic cotton from a women's cooperative there. And third, it's fair to the children in Mandi, India, because that's where all the profits go. It's this perfect global loop of fairness. Okay, so let's zoom in on that third piece, the story of Mandi. Because what's happening in the small town in India, well, it's truly the heart and soul of this entire project. Mandi is a small town in northern India. It's a place where many Tibetan families end up after making a dangerous journey across the Himalayas, often showing up with absolutely nothing. For their kids, an education is a dream that's just completely out of reach. During a visit to Germany, a monk named Lama Tendar, who helps organize the aid in Mandi, brought the students a gift. It was a scroll from the Dalai Lama himself. And the message was just profound. If you contribute to other people's happiness, you will find the true goal, the true meaning of life. I mean, wow, that's exactly what these students had stumbled upon. Now get ready for this number. The amount it takes to totally change a child's life. 250 euros. That's it. That pays for an entire year of school, and it includes their food and housing. And this wasn't just about a one-time donation. The students made a huge commitment. They promised to support each child for at least 5 years. That stability is everything. It means these kids don't just get to start school, they get to finish it. They get a real shot at a future. So you might be wondering, how does a small student company raise this kind of money year after year? Well, the answer is just pure creative genius. They came up with something called the Kritzel Collection, which basically translates to the Doodle Collection. And the idea behind it is so simple and just absolutely brilliant. Okay, so here's how it works. They started writing to famous people, actors, musicians, especially football players, and just asked for a quick doodle and an autograph. Then they'd take that doodle art, print it on their fair trade shirts, and sell them. 100% of the proceeds went straight to the kids in Mandi. Probably their most famous doodle came from the German national football coach, Jogi Löw. This newspaper headline is hilarious. It says, "Löw not sure what the cup looks like." He drew what he thought the 2012 trophy might look like, and this simple, charming little sketch became one of their best-selling shirts ever. It just perfectly captured the fun spirit of the project. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you realize this is way more than just a feel-good story. It's actually a practical blueprint for how young people can create real, tangible change in the world. I mean, just think about that journey again. From making apple juice to printing t-shirts, from a simple classroom project to a global social enterprise that runs itself. It's amazing. The contrast is just incredible, isn't it? It started as just a handful of students learning some basic skills. Now, it's an engine for good, funding years of education for children who had very little hope, and supporting fair labor for women a whole continent away. And this all brings us back to that German phrase, fair Macht Schule. See, on one level, it means fairness makes school. But it's also a clever play on words, kind of meaning that fairness sets an example for everyone. And really, the biggest lesson these students learned wasn't about business plans or profit margins. It was about empathy. So let's end on this thought. A project that has changed lives across 3 continents all started with a few high school students deciding to make some apple juice in a classroom. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What small idea could you start today